Yo, what's going on, Cat Gang? It's your boy Harry here with Dos Gatos, and I'm going to do something I've never before done during a video. I'm going to be back in one split second, and let's see if you notice a difference. Do you see a difference? Look, I'm not here to wow you with magic tricks. I'm here to wow you with the newest TDS update, because it really is... Yeah, wow. The game passes are on sale. We got the Archer instead of the Swarmer. I know I said I was going to do a Robux giveaway if they gave us a Swarmer again. So go ahead and let me know down in the comments if you even want an Archer giveaway. I don't know if people even care about that tower. But on that note, let's go ahead and jump into the game because there's more info there and I actually get to show you these changes. And the first difference I know is this crazy name tag. That is so wild. How many of you out there have this name tag? I'm just kidding. I know it's none of you. Earlier today in my stream, TDS Dev Bears came in and gave me this little treat. This is just one example of the different kinds of name tags that are going to eventually be coming to TDS. Now, here is something that I have had for my last few videos. I'm not sure if y'all have noticed, but I have this content creator like tag right above my name. I guess that's something that other people could have if they weren't content creators, if they were like TDS devs or mods in Discord or something else. But I can actually remove it if I go down here to settings. We have all these new awesome choices. This is what I want to go through because my favorite changes in this update are right here. For the name tags specifically, we can either take them all off. That's what this is right there. Or I can take off just the content creator tag. That's what is known as flare. So if I click it off and I go back to my avatar, you can see that it no longer says content creator up there, but I can always come back into the options and turn it back on. I can also turn off all name tags. My name tag and my flare is gone. Everybody's name tags are gone. It's not something that I ever wished I had the option for, but now that it's in, it definitely makes me feel like I have more control over my gameplay experience, which is awesome. Some of the other new options that weren't here before this update are the high tower rings, prefer vertical upgrades, which I'm going to go into a game to show you. That is my favorite update in this game in like the past 2 years easily. And then we have show vertical upgrades, and then we have an option to change the UI scale. That's the option that comes up when you click on a tower or even a person. So like if I'm clicking on these people here, this is the user interface that's popping up. Now I have the news feed pulled up and I'm just going to go through here really quickly and let you know everything that it says has changed. Once again, we have the info about the new upgraded GUI, new tower placement UI, new tower range rings and quality of life improvements, new flight paths and DJ range visuals, tower enemy and unit highlights. You can now select other players' towers. It says not, a little bit of a typo there. New tooltips for enemy HP, unit HP, and towers. New own tower visual ring, which is very good. New boss health bars, and this is something I haven't seen them do before where they're actually putting pictures in the news feed. So you can see that new boss health bar right there. We get 2 new maps, Unknown Garden, and the remake of Dead Ahead. Moving on to the towers that got reworked, we have Turret, Archer, Pyro, Hunter, Cowboy, and Mortar. And for the bug fixes, they fixed the towers place counter, the Ducky Commander skin, the enemy hitboxes, blocking towers, and the max level mortar nuke visuals. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump into a game and show you those changes. I've been talking non-stop for about the past 2 years about how much I dislike the new tower user interface that the devs changed to, like with the hardcore update, I think it was. They have finally given us an option to return to the old placement for that UI, and let me show you that right now. I'm gonna go over here into my settings. I'm gonna turn on show vertical upgrades and prefer vertical upgrades, and you're gonna see just like it was 3 years ago when I started playing the game, the upgrade user interface is on the left side. I love this because it's just out of the way. It was so annoying if I was trying to record some content and I was standing back here doing something, I would click on a tower and then we have this big floating UI covering up all the enemies. Now that it's over here on this left side, I can finally breathe a sigh of relief. Oh, this is going to make the game so much more enjoyable for me. But I think it's going to work out better for everybody just because it's out of the way. You still have all the same options. You've got your upgrade info. You've got your current stats right here. It tells you up here in the left-hand corner what level the tower is at. You can see here as I upgrade, it's going to change all of these stats. And one thing I do want to point out real quick while I'm here is that I didn't realize this until pretty late in my stream, but it actually is going to put a little eye symbol right right here in the top left-hand corner if you have hidden detection on the tower. So I'm going to click on my more upgraded scout, and you're going to see that the hidden detection indicator is there. One thing that does seem to be bugged right now are the arrows for changing targeting. It only seems to go in that right direction. I'm sure the devs will fix that here in the next couple of years. You know, one thing I wish the devs would add is the option to click on my teammates when I'm actually in a game and see what level they are and what towers they have. Okay, so I can go ahead and show you here how it works with clicking on other people's towers. The UI for the tower does show up on that left side, the same place that it shows up for my towers. The big difference being that I can't click on anything. I can just see what level it's at and what his targeting is. Oh my gosh, it'd be so funny if there was a game mode where I could like change my teammates' targeting on their towers, or even just straight up sell them. Hey, man, I wouldn't mind upgrading. You know, if the teammate goes AFK, we can kind of help each other out. Here, let me turn my name tag off in case you guys are getting annoyed by that. Man, I love that they introduced so many like random features I wasn't even expecting that actually really make me enjoy the game more. Like, I don't keep my name tag off all the time, but just being able to get rid of it and really clean up the screen is an awesome option. And you can see here how all my towers have this like light blue ring around them. I'm going to come over here. You can see them there, and you can see that really sets them apart from my teammates' towers. I know really easily which ones are mine. I can click on them and start upgrading them. All right, so I do have enough to place the DJ. I want to show you specifically what the new indicator looks like for that tower because it is different than the other towers. Here for the scout, it's just a plain white boring dotted line to show the range. But with the DJ, you get a really cool rotating dotted purple line. You get these like audio synthesizer bars around the edges, and then there's like a kind of pulse emanating from the tower itself. What this makes me think of is that the devs might have the ability in the future to do some kind of game pass that lets us choose what we want our rings to look like. Like, instead of giving us skins or emotes, we could get like different kind of symbols that would pop up around the edges and different colors and maybe different designs emanating out from the towers, like the way this ring is doing right now. And then we could apply that to all of our towers. It wouldn't just be the DJ that has something special like that. There's just so much more variety and customization options now. That's what I think is really going to bring people back to this game. I am happy to say that you can now click on all towers no matter how close they are to the enemies. All right, just real quick before I forget, I want to show you one of these engineers with multiple turrets. You're going to be able to see multiple rings. That's going to indicate the range for those different turrets. Like, if I'm standing right in the middle on the engineer, I can see the engineer's ring. Well, I actually can't tell which one of these two rings is the engineer. One of these is the engineer, one is turret. Okay, so that one disappeared, so that was a turret. So this is the engineer, and then this big range. Oh no, wait. Oh, the big range is the engineer, and then the smaller ranges is the turret? Okay, I was way off. Oh, okay, wait, I see. Yes, whenever I have a tower selected, then when that tower starts damaging an enemy, that's when they light up red. That's what the difference was before. Let me change the setting to strongest, and it should show him attacking different enemies from the ones that are just at the front. Yeah, you can see how he's going to keep going back to the stronger enemy and attacking it. Very nice. That's actually really cool. Okay, so if I click on the farm, which enemy is going to show up red? And here we are on the final wave. I wanted to get this far and show you the new health bar. So we've got the picture of the Fallen King, just in case you forget what he looks like. But this is just a revamped health bar. Whoa, this guy just got back like all of his health. That's interesting. The bar went all the way up to full, but it's only half his health, and then it went back down halfway. That is interesting. I just had to jump into a game and show you guys the new mortar explosions. So there is a difference now at level 4. I thought it was just the max level mortar that got a rework, but this guy is shooting cluster bombs. I have enough for the max level mortar now, so let's see what that looks like. So you see the cluster bombs popping off on either side. Yeah, there they go again. What I want to do is first show you this with the like low quality explosions on, and you can see that here that there's these lame orange orbs that appear when you blow someone up. Now I'm going to turn on the high quality explosions, and you're going to see an actual nuclear explosion. Boom, look at that. And then you got the little other cluster bombs that pop off of that and do additional damage. All right, now I wanted to show you all the new flight path indicators for the Pursuit and the Ace Pilot. Now you're actually going to get these dots on the ground that show exactly where the plane is going to circle. The Pursuit is very similar to that. You can see that it has the dots that are going on the ground in the same direction that the helicopter is flying. This is just another helpful indicator to let you know more info about, you know, where exactly these flying towers are gonna be flying. All right, so I have all of the changed tower pages open. The first one I want to look at is the mortar, and holy smokes, it is doing like 50% more damage. And the only difference in the stats is the addition of the cluster damage column here. And this is what I figured. I figured if they were going to add the cluster bombs, it must be doing more damage, or else they would have had to nerf the original explosion to keep the damage the same. But you can see right here, 113 DPS at max level. Just a few days ago, it was only doing 71 DPS at max level, and it is entirely because of the cluster damage that you get at the final 2 levels. So that's crazy. I mean, has there ever been a tower in TDS that has gotten this many improvements in this short of a time span? Wow. So once again, Mortar is killing it. Let's go ahead and move on to the Hunter. What is different about the Hunter? It was doing 13 DPS at max level a couple of days ago. Now it is doing 22. Yes, it is actually a more usable tower now. I love to see these towers that don't really get any use getting improvements, because that means that we can actually use them. And even better, we can do a brand new Hunters versus the Fallen King video. So just flipping back and forth between these changes, I won't go through each one intricately, but it does look like the DPS at every single level has been improved. The prices have been changed. It's now 8,600 to take it to max level. It used to be 4,900. Yo, let's go. The range was increased by 4. If you guys have been wanting to use the Hunter, I would say now's a good time to start. But moving on from that into the Cowboy. I did hear some bad things about the Cowboy. He just can't win. Let's see what they are. He was doing 38 DPS at max level. He is now doing... Well, wait, still 38 DPS at max level. I am actually not seeing any difference in the Cowboy stats. I do have the proper stats open here, and there's like no change in the regular Cowboy stats. Is it just the Golden Cowboy? Let me open up that guy's stats. Yeah, he was just slightly nerfed. Okay, so regular Cowboy is the same. Golden Cowboy was doing 57 DPS at max level. It now does 54. It has a little bit less range. It went from 20 to 18. Oh, wow. Yeah, he got really nerfed because his cast shot used to be 6 all the way down the line for every level, but now it increases to 12. And then the actual cash that you get has decreased. The spin time is the same, but so the fire rate has been increased just a little bit, but the overall damage stat has been decreased. Yeah, man, my boy, they nerfed him. Oh, what did they do to him? He's even more expensive to get to max level, and he does less damage. Let's go ahead and move on to the next tower, which is my favorite, the turrets. The turret was my original favorite tower. Okay, so I have the old stats here. Let's look at the new stats. Oh, yo, this got a pretty nice increase here. So you can see the max level DPS on what it used to be just a couple of days ago was 120. Now it's 191. That's quite a substantial increase. The range stayed the same, which is good because it already had an insane range for a ground tower. The fire rate has been increased just slightly at those higher levels. It used to be 0.208 at the max. Now it is 0.183. The damage must have gone up substantially. Oh yeah, so the damage has gone up at every level. So the damage has gone up. The fire rate has increased at the higher levels. The range has stayed the same. Holy guacamole, the price has skyrocketed. Well, it was 44,000 to take to max, and now it is 58,000. So does that make this the most expensive tower to max? That's okay, because the turret is an absolute beast of a tower. These stats are amazing. And let's go ahead and keep this show on the road and check out the archer. So it looks like the big change here is that the archer is going to be shooting flame arrows. Let me just go ahead and compare the max level DPS. So it used to be 12 and now it is 29. Wow, so more than twice the damage. And just like the hunter, I would assume this is going to make more people want to use the archer. Let me check out the base stats like the range. It used to be 26. Now, okay, so it's still 26. It looks like the new archer has a little bit of a faster fire rate, which is awesome because it always fired really slowly. The normal damage has been increased all across the board. It used to be 25 at the max and now it's 30. And so, yeah, it looks like a majority of of the archer's damage is going to be... Oh, wait, hold on. So the pierce also got increased. Oh, okay, that's nice. So it's going to be able to pierce for a much greater distance, which means each arrow is going to hit more enemies. But just with the fire damage, you can't really compare that with the old archer because it didn't have fire damage. And moving on to our final tower to analyze, let's check out the pyro. I guess just like the golden cowboy, I might need to look at the golden stats and not just the regular stats. For the regular pyro, we did get a bump in the max level DPS. It used to be 23.75, now it's 27. The range has been just slightly increased. It was 11 at the max, now it's 12. It looks like the normal damage has been increased, but the burn damage stays... Okay, the burn damage has been changed at some levels, but not all of them. So what's really different here? What's the change that increases that max level DPS? Because the total elapsed damage is less, actually. It used to be 64, now it is 56. Okay, so it's got to be the normal damage that is changed in this DPS, because even the burn time has been decreased. So the max level burn time used to be 4, now it's only 3.5. Let me look at the golden pyro real quick. It looks like it just has some minor changes the same way as the regular pyro. Some of the burn effects have been decreased, but that normal damage stat over here on the left has been increased just slightly, and that is what contributes to the increase in the total DPS. So for the old golden pyro, we were getting 43 max level DPS. Now we are going to be getting 47, and that's going to do it for my video. I think I went over everything. There was a ton of new info to cover, so if I missed anything, let me know down in the comments below in case I need to make a follow-up video. My favorite thing out of all these changes, as you probably already know by now, is the ability to change the tower UI from being right above the tower to the side. I'm really going to enjoy this game a lot more now that I can do that. Why don't you go ahead and let me know down in the comments what your favorite changes were. Other than that, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash that like button with your forehead, hit the subscribe button with your big toe, and turn on notifications however you can so you don't miss any of my amazing upcoming content. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, be safe, and never forget what I always say. Peace.